Whew. All right. These 10-hour days. These 10-hour days. All right. It is Tuesday. It is 6:06, and we're going to prep for some Dungeons and Dragons. We are going to prep for the Gothic Horror world that we are building, and this is, I think, the 17th week that we've been working on this. Man, it just goes fast. Hey, Doofam, how's it going? So, last week we were working on Tesfall, and we will continue that work today. So, as you can see, our map is coming along pretty nice. And now we're going to zoom in and focus on Tesfall. We got a feel for what kind of a place Tesfall was last week. Came up with its Dread Lord, the origins of the Dread Lord, and a general sense of the nation itself. As a wise man put it last week, a short summary for all this is the domain is a bunch of companies trying to impress an AI that judges their stuff. And I think that sums it up pretty good. So, yeah. Now we're going to sort of dig into, I guess, the different areas of the world. I don't know. We've done it a little bit different each time, using different parts of the book, as it were. Now, one of the book, one of the things about Tesfall that I find particularly interesting is they are going to be a resource-hungry settlement. So let's see. They are resource-hungry. And what is that going to mean for them exactly, being resource hungry? So let's see. This is normal text. This is normal text. Why is that normal text being resized to be so small? Let's see. Normal text. Update. There we go. So they're resource hungry in so much as they always building and always upgrading. Are resources locally in short supply? I would assume that they would be. Is recycling a thing? Is trash gathering a thing? Let's see. What do they trade with Vone and the other realms to get the things they need? Right? Because, yeah, I kind of get the feeling that we've created a society that's obsessed with constantly building and inventing and upgrading and changing. Would everything be chopped down? Would everything be desolate? On the map here, we have a forest. Why is this forest still here if they need everything they can get? These are the kind of things that, if you think about, they help you shape the world, right? Like, the rest of the map is pretty barren. We've got dead trees. We've got dead-looking rocks and mountains. But here, this Briar Fen area is very much still alive and well. Now, is Briar Fen then? Is there something going on with Briar Fen that makes it protected? Oh, yeah. Like, that's the other thing. Like, I feel like resources are going to carry more value than money, right? Like, what good is money if you can't buy things, if you don't have the things that you need to buy? How would an economy work if building materials and resources are the most valuable commodity? I mean, Bitcoin? Question mark? Right? Like, what are they using for money? Like, why? it seemed so simple in Vone because Vone was your basic bitch vanilla area, right? So the currency of Vone, we would say, is it's probably just the gold standard, right? Silver and gold, maybe, or copper and silver with gold thrown in once in a while. Folka, they wouldn't really have a need for currency, right? Because they would deal in the trade of favors and secrets and all that kind of stuff. Lena Tustani would obviously have some measure of wealth, some sort of economy down here, because there has to be like the noble class and then the mortals. But more than anything, this Lena Tustani could probably, with the power of their vampiric overlords, they could probably have a pretty good life that is absent of the need for any sort of formal currency, because the whole idea is that they use social engineering and a great deal of socialism in Lena Tustani to make everyone's life good enough that they never want for anything. Therefore, they never want more, and they never try to get more, right? In a way, like this is an idyllic society right here, minus the whole being kept as pets kind of situation. Whereas over here, this is like rabid capitalism. Everything has a price. Everything has value. If they're inventors to the point that they can make, anything out of anything, every rock, every tree, every finger has value. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the other thing, right? With the fen, maybe someone owns the fen and very aggressively protects the fen from over consumption. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude that helped invent Fortnite, that he spends all his extra money just buying rainforest and hiring people to protect the rainforest. Yeah, maybe this is a breeding ground, a testing ground for biological stuff. I'm gonna check the main document and make sure that we didn't already flesh out Briarfen. So let me do that real quick. Let's see. Grab this main document here and see if we've got Briarfen is considered a part of Vone. So Briarfen is on the border of Vone. So that's exciting. What does Briarfen have going on that protects it from the incursions of Tesfall? Like, it's obviously right up on the border there. I want to say that they have a powerful witch in Briarfen. I know that's kind of on the, that's kind of on the nose, but I like the idea that Briarfen, let's see, is a border town ruled by a single witch or a coven of witches. A coven of witches would be kind of cool. A coven of witches who are not affiliated with the hag. Instead, they have long been residents of the Fen Marshes. That's a great name because the Fen and the Marsh are two different things, but that's fine. They have long been residents of the Fen Marshes and ensure its survival and protection against the hungry incursions of the Tesfall neighbors. Okay. Yeah, I'm down with that shit. That seems pretty good. Oh, nice. They are so desperate. Okay. Company ranking determines first dibs on resources. Nice, nice. Okay. I like that quite a bit. Okay. These people have fracked mined, over-hunted, overfished, over-farmed, and generally destroyed the natural world of their own realm in their fevered pursuits of self-improvement and growth. The majority, and I think we talked about this last week, of plants and animals within this realm are artificial. Either golems, aberrations created through magic and science, or machines. Some remain under the control of Tesfall, but many roam free. Alright, now, not to get too gruesome, but this comes up a lot, unfortunately. In D&D, trolls can regenerate. Troll blood is a reagent for magical potions of healing, and you kind of see where this is going. So, in a lot of the darker, grimmer, more effed up fantasy settings, people will capture a troll and keep the troll alive in perpetuity, chopping off pieces of the troll for food and letting the, you kind of see where this is going. So that seems like kind of a pretty easy solution. The primary food source of Tesfall is troll meat. Though Hydra and other creatures known for their regenerative properties are kept in grim slaughterhouses. Delicious. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. Because capitalism runs rampant, there is never a stable market. Prices are always fluctuating. Fluctuating. Oh, thank you. Prices are always fluctuating, and scalpers will snatch up commodities, hoping to drive up prices via scarcity. Honestly, it just sounds like America. Now we have rules about certain things, I guess, until you go to the auction sites. Auction houses are plentiful. Okay. Alright, these people have fracked, mined over. This is okay. The primary food source of Tesfall is troll meat, though Hydra and other creatures known for the generative properties kept in grim slaughterhouses. It is considered extremely ostentatious to eat or drink any sorts of food that require work and time to create. Okay. Well, in a way, yes, right? Because I feel like they would still have a currency, but because it would just make sense to simplify things, right? Because a bartering system, I mean, a bartering system certainly works, and bartering would certainly be allowed, but I do feel like a society this capitalist would still want to have a single currency. The issue here is, of course, counterfeit. As I learned from tasting history, in ancient Central and South America, I guess there were cultures that used cocoa beans as coins, which is kind of wild, or cacao beans, excuse me, and there were dudes that would actually make fake cacao beans. They would counterfeit bean money. But that's kind of the saying, like, money grows on trees. It literally did. But the cacao bean was so rare that, yeah, it was able to be used as currency. So, like anything that a society agrees upon can be used as a currency. So, I do feel like they would have something here. Now, maybe essence, like if we're trying to wrap in like some of the other systems that we're using in our games, might be something. So essence is essentially the crystallized life force of magical creatures and things. So I feel like if you're doing a bunch of artifice, right, then you're probably wheeling and dealing in essence. I feel like the things that they need, money is a joke at that point compared to everything else. I know this sounds horrible, but this is a horror adventure. I also feel like there would be a lot of people that would literally be selling like arms and legs, because again, everything has value. So if you get poor enough or desperate enough, so for an arm and leg is a literal saying. Overall, this is a really, really terrible place. I maintain that this is probably the worst realm that we have designed thus far, for sure. The worst realm we've designed for sure. And I don't mean like worse like it's bad, badly designed, because I think it's extremely interesting. But man, is it spoopy. You know, it's pretty gross. We got body mutilation, rampant capitalism. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, why would you want the leg you were born with when you could just get a better one, kind of deal. So, yeah. There's a lot of potential here. A lot of potential here for just a really interesting setting. All right. So I like that. Cool. I've been thinking about that since last week, so I'm glad that we have a better sense of what's going on in this town and all that good stuff. All right. So now that we've decided that the town itself is pretty jacked up, not the town, the realm, we can kind of go in here and start, let's see, space. There we go. Got to remember the hotkeys. So what is Tesfall, right? Because we've given all these other guys pretty clear territories, right? We haven't just straight up drawn a dividing line between the territories, but we could look at the map and have a pretty clear sense of what's what. Tesfall, not so much. Not so much. Now, I wouldn't imagine that Tesfall would want to put up a wall or anything to keep people out. One, a wall seems like a tremendous waste of resources that could be used for other things. And two, why would they want to keep people out? They want to absorb as much other stuff as possible. Now, would other cultures put up a wall in fear of Tesfall? Is a question, right? So Vone, we've established, is protected by this coven of witches in Briar Fen, and that's cool. And then we've established that Lena Tustani is protected from Tesfall by Terrania Hold. And then I I'm very drawn to this one we put right here at the base of this mountain for a capital. We also have this guy right here by the Kalesburn Reservoir. That seems like it would be a good good location. But beyond that, we didn't make too many settlements, so we will need to drop some settlements off around the place. So we have these two big ones that we've made, and I feel like Tesfall would probably have something within view of Tyrannia Hold to constantly be on the lookout for opportunities, right? But they would still be hungry for resources, so I feel like they would be close to a mountain and a source of, I mean, in this case, cursed magical water that they could then be using for their experiments. So I feel like we should put a settlement there. And I feel like there's enough horrible monstrosities wandering this realm that they've sort of created and released out into the wild that there wouldn't be a lot of settlements, right? Like they would always be mashed up into one inside some of the mountains for the minor focus faction. For sure, for sure. So that could be here on this big mountain, or it could be maybe tucked away back here in these desolate hills, where it's trying to get all this stuff. That could work too, and then just kind of leave this mountain alone. I don't know. Maybe a smaller town there. I also like the idea that they would maybe have something up in this region where it's cold. There's no resources to get there, but maybe the cold temperatures allow for builds and experimentation that they wouldn't normally be able to pull off elsewhere. So that's an idea as well. As far as this guy being right here, could drag him over to this side of the river. But I do like the idea that there's this dam here. I wonder if maybe the city is built using the dam. Oh, that could work. And then the dam generates electricity and power that they need for all the stuff. So this feels like that's, yeah, where this Goodwin Dam is. This feels like the place where the capital would be, to me. Would be right by the reservoir. Yeah, I like that. All right, and then let's say that there is another area. We'll put them right. We'll nestle them right in here. There we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 major cities, and that's it, because everything else would be absorbed, I think. Any efforts to make things on your own would just be taken up. Or not taken up, but taken over by rivals, etc., etc. So that seems to work pretty good. All right. So let's do cities. Okay. We're going to do 4 major cities. And no smaller settlements. The land is too desolate and dangerous to support smaller settlements. So towns and villages. Some try, but all fail to sustain themselves. Okay. Let's see. Additionally, the investment of materials would be too great with the shortages affecting the realm. Nice. Okay, I like that quite a bit. Okay, so the capital we need a name for. And then we need, let's see, northern, and we've got an eastern, And we've got a southern. Oh, for sure. Yeah. If truly capitalist, some of the city could buy into the leadership of the cities. Yup. All right, let's see. Kalesburn, Goodwin Dam, Tolham Canal. Okay, so we need some cool names for this. Let's see. All right. Fantasy name generator. Why don't we try Northern European towns? That seems pretty good. Maybe? Oof. Nope. Maybe not. Well, okay, this could work. Karga seems pretty good. Grodon. Let's see. Stokecrossed? Stokecross sounds pretty good. Let's see. Alright, I'll copy down some of these that look pretty good. Alright. We've got Stokecrossed. We've got Karga. But Kalesburn, I feel like we're getting a little we're mixing these up a little bit. We're mixing up. These sound a bit more Viking. And Scandinavian. Let's try again. Let's see. Okay. We could just go to random ass town generator names. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, these work a little bit better. All right. We've got Worcester. We've got Pinella Pass. Oh, Pinella Pass sounds pretty good. Millerville. Let's see. Durnatel. Also a cool name. Braidworth. Wow. Braidworth? Alright, robot, read it to me. What is this?
Braidworth.
Braidworth. Braidworth is actually kind of dope. Alright. Let's see. What about you? Rotherhilth?
Rotherith.
Rotherith. Not a fan. Let's see. Stanmore. Nah. Carningsby?
Carningsby.
Carningsby. I kind of like that. Alright. Let's see. Wakefield, but spelled really weird.
Walkfield.
Walkfield? Nah. Wow, this one's perfect.
Black Hollow.
Black Hollow. That's creepy AF. Alright. Okay. I think we got some pretty good names here. Thanks to fantasynamegenerator.com. Let's see. Clear these guys out. Alright. Windcrest. Windcrest is good. Isn't that from Genshin Impact, though? No, maybe not. I don't know. Sounds like something from Genshin Impact. Alright. So, what do we got here? Pinella Pass. Pinella Pass does sound pretty cool. Pinella is such a weird word, too. Let's see.
Pinella.
Pinella. Alright. Let's see. Of all these names, I think for the capital city, Carningsby is definitely the one that kind of speaks to me the most.
Carningsby.
Because it feels like carnivorous or something like that, and these people certainly are. And, you know, yeah, I like it. So we'll do that. Let's see. Copy this. Yes, thank you. Copy that. and put it over here. All right. I would like very much for you to change your name. Why won't you change? There we go. Okay. So, Carningsby, the capital. Nice. And then for this northern one, I kind of am digging Black Hollow. It doesn't make any sense to call that one Black Hollow because, you know, it's up in the frosty area. So maybe this one down here would be kind of cool to call Black Hollow, but I feel like Black Hollow is so ominous and so spooky and so cool of a name that I really want to go with that one. So we'll put Black Hollow over here. I'll change the name in a second. And then we've got this mining town right here. And let's see. I like the idea of an abandoned town. So let's put that at the base of this mountain. Where basically, Lord of the Rings style, they dug too deep, blah, 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 blah. So that's not going to be an active settlement anymore. It will be one that has been essentially lost to their fell creations or whatever. Which Black Hollow kind of has a good, you know, a good ring to it there as well. I am digging Durnatel for the mining area. I think that's kind of cool. So we could call this Durnatel. There we go. And Worcester does sound kind of dope for the icy kind of testing facility area. So let's do that. There we go. Durnatel. Though it is technically a good candidate for Pinella Pass because it is right there. Right there. There's like a pass between those mountains to get in there. So, and I keep calling it Pinella Pass. I'm kind of liking it. So I think maybe we'll do that. We'll make the ruins of Durnatel then. So we'll put Durnatel ruins. All right, and then we'll do Pinella Pass up here. All right. And I feel like Pinella Pass is going to be a bunch of like really crazy eccentric inventors, more so than normal. They're kind of up here, all in their lonesome up there. Maybe? I don't know. Also, there's a mountain up there. So what if we move... What if we kind of tuck them up in there a little bit? There we go. To kind of show that they're getting access to stuff that they maybe shouldn't have. Yeah, I like that. All right, and then can I fix this? There we go. Awesome. Awesome. All right, let's save our work. Oh, for sure. I think chimeras should be like the pets, right? Like, and they should be like a big variety of them. That'd be kind of cool. Let's see. Chimera are popular creations and pets / servants. Very cool. All right. Let's see. So while that is saving, which takes 100 years, let's go down here and designate some of these guys as interesting areas. All right. So Pinella Pass, here we go, is located in the far north. Isolated. Access to uncorrupted mountains. Let's see. What else is going on up in Pinella Pass? The most recent settlement to have succeeded Okay. And, I think that's all we need for now. Alright, we don't have anything going on with Millerville, but damn if it's not a cool name, so we'll put it up here for later, just in case. Durnatel is, let's see, in ruins, abandoned when the many creations rose up against their creators. Basically a super dungeon now. What is the name of the mountain? We need a good name for the mountain. Let's go steal this. Stowcrossed. Stowcrossed? What do we got here?
Stowcrossed.
Alright, so this is going to be the mountain. Will be Stowcrossed Mountain. So, what are we labeling mountains? Are we labeling mountains? We got the highest maw up there, so I guess we're labeling mountains. Alright. Let's see. Get out of here. Shoo. There we go. Okay, so those were the Silver Glint Mountains. This is going to be... Come on. Come on. Let me change it. Alright, I'll just go the long way and do it. You're really not going to show me the stuff here? Alright. Again? Okay, it's weird that I'm having to toggle that on and off, but whatever. Let's see. Copy. Alright. Boop. And this will be Mount Stowcrossed. There we go. Down for it. And let's see. Did we ever name this lake? I don't think we ever named this lake. Okay, so we'll call this Lake Karga. That seems good. Alright, and then we've got these mountains up here. So we'll call these... They're so beautiful compared to like the rest of the realm. We'll call these... Hold on. We'll use random generator because thinking is too hard. So let's see. Fantasy name generator mountains. If somebody else is already putting the tool out there, why would we hurt ourselves in our brains? The Ashwin Peaks. That sounds dope as hell. The Colossal Highlands also sounds awesome. Ashwin Peaks sounds dope as hell. We're just going to do Ashwin Peaks. Alright. Cool. We don't necessarily need to name every part of the world or every mountain in the world, but, you know, it's a start. There we go. Alright. So let's keep filling this out. Durnatel, basically a super dungeon. I'm there for it. That's cool. Braid Wardeth. I don't know what to do with you, bro. So we're just going to throw you up here. Okay, this is now a mountain. And this is now a lake. Okay. And then we got Carningsby. This is going to be the capital. Spans the Tolham Canal. And would this be the oldest settlement? I feel like maybe. Of the current settlements, this is the oldest. Okay. Though I feel like they would never have just started there. I feel like they would definitely... Yeah. Also, I was supposed to rename that Durnatel something else. What is I going to name Durnatel? Let's see. We're going to name this guy down at the bottom Black Hollow. So let's do that. But what is this mining town over here going to be? I guess that could be Braidworth. Braidworth.
Braidworth.
Alright. There we go. Nope. Copy. Braidworth. There we go. Okay. So Braidworth is, I'm going to say, we'll make this the oldest settlement. The oldest settlement still standing. Let's see. Was at one time the capital city with dwindling resources. It has lost its once great status. Now, mining guilds desperate for resources are looking for ways to quickly travel the underground tunnels and caverns beneath the realm and neighboring realms. Trains? Question mark. That'd be kind of dope. Alright, so Braidworth is having to look for more innovations to stay... Yeah. To stay relevant. To stay alive, essentially. Alright, that seems pretty cool. Alright, so then we scroll down here to Carningsby, Spances. Of the current settlements is the oldest. We're not going to say that. But Carningsby has electricity. This allows the city to operate all the time, day and night, and focus on next level invention. A more 1920s to 1940s vibe than the rest of Tesfall. Okay, that's kind of dope. And then Black Hollow. Alright, so home of the Arcanists. They draw power from Lake Karga. Some mining, though nothing too promising. Let's see. Gathers intel about Lena. All right. Cool. So we have kind of fleshed out these settlements, including the one that was destroyed. So now the world has a super dungeon in it, the Dernitel Ruins, beneath Mount Stowcrost. Huh. Okay. This is really kind of coming along here. I like it. Alright. Yeah, we should also mention that in Carningsby, this is currently the Basilisk's seat of tower. Alright. Sounds pretty good. So, what does this realm look like color-wise? I think we talked about that in this 27 pages. I mean, this is big font of stuff that we wrote about this place. So, smells like oil, sounds like many different factions. We established that there were 4 factions, and look at that, there's 4 cities. That's telling. I imagine Linux would probably be up doing their own thing in the north. And then PC Android would probably be the ones here. And then Apple would be over here in decline, maybe. Maybe. Or Apple and PC are at war for these 2 cities, and then the Arcanists have their city to the south. Yeah, that feels right. That feels right. All right. Okay. Seems pretty good. I'm going to go back up here and to the settlements part that we just did and add that in. I'll say main faction is PC versus Apple. Okay. Obviously, we'll give these guys other names, but that seems right for now. Main faction is Linux. And then we already discussed that the main faction down there, and then we'll put main faction PC versus Apple. Okay, that seems pretty good. All right, so let's see. We gotta paint this an appropriate color for this messed up world. So some greens might be nice, some browns. We got this quote-unquote ocean texture, but it looks pretty rough. And we can change the colors as well, is something to keep in mind. So, let's see. Let's see. Grass mixed. Why don't we take grass mixed and tweak the colors a bit and see what we can come up with. So, we'll go in and we will apply this filter. We're going to turn the saturation way down. There we go. Turn the contrast up a little bit. And the brightness could stay the same. Saturation, there we go. And we could tweak the hue as well. So we could do like a green. I almost kind of want it to be like a flesh color. Yeah, that's disgusting. All right. And then, let's see, size of the brush is good. Placement. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's start painting. Oof, it's so gross. All right, let's start painting this down. Let's see. Okay. Get that in there. Yeah, this definitely has the feeling of something that's just worn out. It was the sort of color and pattern I was hoping to get here. Oof, I don't even have a drink. My nice drink mug is empty right now. Making me sad. I didn't have time to grab a drink before the stream. It's okay. We just gotta make it like 11 more bits so that I can get something to eat and drink. Oof, excitement. Alright, so we've got all this coming up in here. Alright, now we will lower the opacity so that this gross texture we made can bleed over a bit into these neighboring textures. There we go. Kind of blend it in a little bit. Alright. Maybe I lowered it a bit too much. I don't know. Something else we could do is if we want to introduce some other colors here, we could do that. So we can go back to filters and we could change the hue. And I'm thinking like some green might be good. There we go. And we'll do some green around the lake here. There we go. Just to kind of mix it up a little bit. Alright, and then green along these treed areas. We good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Just to add a little bit of change to the colors would be good. Alright, go in here. Alright, that's good. And then I think maybe a little bit of purple. So let's change the hue again. There we go. And we'll have this kind of coming out as if whatever corruption is in Lake Karga is kind of spreading out into the surrounding area. That looks kind of good. Okay. And then we want something that's in sort of the shadow of the mountains. So we'll go ahead and darken it up again. Let's see what we could do with that. Oops. Oh, geez. Got really upset. Calm down. Turn the saturation all the way down. Turn the brightness down. There we go. And then we'll go in here and paint these darker areas by the mountains. Nice. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. Yeah. And just desolation everywhere. That's kind of what the vibe I'm getting here is. It's just desolation everywhere. Alright. Up in here. I really love the effect here on the water supply with the glowy effect from that bright yellow. That looks really cool. Alright. Nice. And then up here. Alright. Yeah, that looks great. Let's see. Which button to lower my brush size? Shift. There we go. Alright, so in the shadow of this mountain, I'm just going to do that a little bit. There we go. Beautiful. I mean, it's disgusting, but it's beautiful. What kind of stuff could we litter across this world? I feel like most things would be taken up, but maybe some ruins would be kind of cool. So let's see what we got there. We don't want Parchment World. We want Regional Fantasy. Now let's check ruins. There we go. Yeah, we could toss a couple of these down. And I want them to be more like black and white, I'm thinking. So let's see. Filters, saturation. There we go. Lovely. Alright, we need them to be way smaller, though. There we go. And we could just sprinkle these around. Like so. And yeah, that works pretty good. Okay. Up here, would there be any other places that maybe tried and failed? I feel like that's too close to the big city. It would have definitely been taken care of by now. Okay. Okay. Seems pretty good. While we're thinking about it, I can't even imagine that trees like this would be anywhere near the city. I feel like they all would have been taken out. But maybe a couple of trees still live somewhere. Like we could throw a couple of sad, desolate trees in there. There we go. But overall, yeah, I like the fact that everything's just sad and busted. So what we could do, just to break up the lovely stuff that we've done so far, is they have a stamp in Inkarnate that makes it look like plateaus. Here we go. These cliffs. So we could add these cliffs in there, which would be kind of cool. just to give it a feeling of, I don't know. Let's see. Turn the saturation down. There we go. Blend mode, multiply for sure. Let's turn the opacity down on that shit. Just to give the impression of changing terrain there. I'm not 100% sold on it, but we could make it work depending on how these lines lay out on our map. So let's see. Let's see what we could do. Alright, that's actually looking pretty good. Not sure what to do with this one. Nah. Alright, what else? Up here, that could be kind of cool. I think I have it set to randomly rotate too. Let's see. Okay, that's actually looking pretty good. Do like that. Yeah, I like it because it kind of looks like, I don't know, veins and shit. Like, you know, like the land is hurt. So, and it obviously is. So that's kind of neat. There we go. Do like that. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think maybe that's enough. Just to kind of give the impression that the place is sort of busted. All right. Yeah, from all the fracking that they've done and stuff, that would definitely help kind of sell that feeling as well, yeah. Alright. All this seems pretty good. Not 100% on that one either. Okay. Maybe just put some random ones in here. Okay. Yeah, we can always take them out later, but it does kind of break up the monotony of the big emptiness of the map, so I do like that. Alright. So we'll leave that for now. I like the idea. It kind of reminds me of Geralt in, you know, The Witcher, when he takes so many potions and he starts to get like them, you know, black veins all over his body. Like, it just adds sort of that creepy, you know, the earth itself is kind of fucked vibe, and I think that helps a lot. I would like to do something to show that there's a dam connecting these two cities. Let's see if we could come up with something real quick. Okay. So this is the parchment ones that we're using. Fantasy world, maybe. Yeah. All right. We could probably find something here that will work. Stack in between these guys. Human town. Human tower. Yeah. Let's try to make this human town one work. All right. So we would just kind of plop it down like that. We'll turn the opacity back up. And maybe turn it. There we go. And lower it a level. Nice. Okay. And then we can squish it. Yeah, there we go. I like that. That kind of gives the impression that these two guys are connected somehow. And what we'll do is we'll face another one the other direction. We'll face it the other direction. There we go. Yeah. All right, that works. Yeah. Okay. So now we kind of have this impression of like a dam here, connecting the two cities together, and it's all painted up. And we zoom out, and we have a pretty good world map here. So we haven't. I'm gonna be honest. We haven't like fleshed out everything there is to flesh out in the whole damn world. But I mean, look at this. When we first started, we had nothing. Let's see. Once I read the book of Magic the Gathering for the first Ravnica edition, there was a Boros legionnaire who used to drink a lot of healing potions. The angel and the doctor warned him about it, but he continued because he always got injured. He later got a lot of problems with his organs. Random mutations. Yeah, we used to joke around about that in Iron Hack, which was my homebrew setting that we used to play in, because the potions were made from troll blood, and that was always like a risk, right? Like if you drank too, at what point do you just start being a troll with the amount of healing potions you're drinking? So, not to mention the other ingredient was powdered silver. So you're drinking like troll blood and powdered silver in your healing potions. Like it can't possibly be good for you. Anyways, behold the world that we have made. I like it. I like it a lot. I would not say that this is the final map by any stretch of the imagination, but we have created a world here. There are 5 realms. The realms all have settlements. Some of those settlements are very detailed. Some of them are just simply names or potentially places to go. The town of Silverfall, for example, is super fleshed out, whereas the capital of Adiz is very undefined at this point, because for Lena Tustani, we spent the entire settlement episode working on the Tyrannia hold, which actually got us interested in why would they need this fortress, what's going on with Tesfall, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. This is very, very exciting. What we're going to do next week, then, is revisit the races, and we're going to go back to our friend Grim Hollow book, because they have some really interesting stuff about self-modification, the path of the aberrant, or some shit like that. So we'll look at that for possibilities. If we are sticking to a more 5th edition D&D world, right? If we want to use 5th edition D&D as the base rule set and then kind of go from there, we would certainly consider Warforged, and then maybe sub-races of Warforged for this area to kind of represent the living construct. Simic hybrids, possibly with more build options. So those are things that I've been kicking around in my head for what would be appropriate for Tesfall. I think that between Simic Hybrid and Warforged, we might dig out the old UA for Warforged, where they did have subclasses of Warforged or whatever, and maybe bring those back or modify those somehow. But yeah, I think Warforged could represent the more mechanical construct robot aspect, and then the Simic hybrids would represent the more biological chimera-esque aspects. And so yeah, that's what we're going to visit next week. Is we're going to look at the races that we already have, the races we might still need. I am going to go ahead and, after the big survey is sent out for interest and things like that, I am going to go ahead and build this setting around the 5e system. It will obviously be we could adapt it to any system, but we will go ahead and just build it around the 5e system, because that will allow people who are interested in running their own games here in this setting to feel like more comfortable, because it's using a popular rule set that they might be knowledgeable of, and it might take away the fear of like, I want to do something with this world, but I don't want to have to convert it over to anything. So we'll use 5e as our basic foundation building blocks, and then if I myself or anyone else decides to say run a World of Darkness game here or a Pathfinder 2 game here, those kind of conversions are not that complicated. 5e is a super simple system, so it will allow us to kind of go in those other directions. All right. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week to continue working on this world. We're going to jump into the races again and flesh those out some more. I'm really enjoying this project. I really enjoy hanging out with you guys every week and sharing ideas and building this world together. There will not be a stream tomorrow night, but Rime of the Frost Maiden is back. So we took a week off. And the week before that was super boring, and we just did super boring stuff. So we're actually going to be doing some adventuring tomorrow night. I'm pretty excited about that. Thursday will be Skull and Shackles. And Friday, me and 3 other people are going to spend 6 hours from 6 p.m. to midnight, Eastern Daylight Savings Time. We're going to be playing Dark Alliance. So you're welcome to join us and check out Dark Alliance. All right. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of the week, and I will see you next time.